Another story I would like to tell you about character. It's about a war that existed between two countries. I have forgotten the name of the countries. They were in a very terrible, fierce war. And then, as the war raged on, one day, as part of the war strategies, one of the countries got a very big truck and went to where they dump their waste, the refuse dump, and got all manner of rubbish, filled up the truck, and then went to the boundary between their own country and that country and heaped the mess there. A very terrible, awful stench was emitting from what they heaped there. Now, the other country that was in a war with them did a different thing altogether. What did they do? They got their own truck and went to their supermarkets, to their warehouse, and brought out all the good things you can imagine. Provision, electronics, gadgets, name them. Filled the truck and went to their own boundary and heaped them. When those people came, they saw what was heaped in their own boundary. Very attractive. Some were picking biscuit, we picking milk, and we're eating. And then they went and looked at what they heaped at the other people's own boundary. Nobody could withstand the stench and the smell. And then came a very powerful statement. And what was the statement? When the two warriors from the different camps were asked, how come these people heaped a bunch of rotten, smelling refuse in your own boundary? And then these people, and then you went and heaped this thing. And the warriors said, well, each people gave what they have. Each group gave what they have. These people gave rubbish, rotten, smelling, waste, whatever. These ones gave beautiful gadgets. This is the way character reflects on your personality. There is something you will do. Somebody will say, this thing has reflected poorly. Is that all you can do? There is no way another person will do his own. It will also reflect another story about you. So character is also a way of bringing out the health of your soul. What is rooted in your nature as a human being. That is why from time to time, I complain about many of you who are using foul languages. Foul languages. Do you know that there is no art that can give the nature of your soul? That is, there is no artwork that can draw your soul or your heart. But the only thing that can give people access to the health of your soul, to the looks of your soul, is simply your character, your conduct. There is something you will say, somebody will say, this is a very sick soul. This is a very sick soul. That is why there's another adage that says, from the abundance of heart, the mouth speaks. From the abundance of heart, the mouth speaks. So from time to time, you hear people use pedestrian language that befits a tout. Some parents call in to say, Father, what is happening? And ayake. There's nothing that differentiates you from a tout out there. Listen, somebody will open his mouth and say, Ikempage. No, yes. You utter, listen, you utter obscenities with your mouth. You utter obscenities with your mouth. This one, you open your mouth and tell somebody, who says that? I'm not kidding. Listen. I'm not here to crack you up. Pay attention. I'm not here to crack you up. You say these things, and somebody is saying, hi, but you say them. These terrible languages reflect the nature, the health of your soul. It says a whole lot about you. Don't be careless with words. Don't say obscenities with your mouth, because it can make somebody to see you in a very poor way. It reflects poorly on your personality as a person. There is a language that befits a gentleman. There is a language that should place you in a certain class. You don't utter obscenities. You may say that you want to insult your friend or thereabout. No. Even there are jokes you don't crack. The kind of jokes you don't crack. Some of you crack jokes that are filled with sexual innuendos, which is terrible. Yeah. There was a certain time a young girl met me and was crying. Why was she crying? That her classmates were calling her open net. I say, open net? What's wrong with open net? I don't even know what they were talking about. That open net, that she's no longer a virgin. That was what they meant by open net. It wasn't even the end of it. They went on to say that this one has scored, this one has scored, this one has scored. Meaning that this boy has slept with her, this one has slept with her, this one. I was mad that day. That is making jokes that are filled with sexual innuendos. You say it seems so simple to you. And many of you are fond of this. In class now, you may see a particular class using a coded language. I may come to a class now and say, drop that pen. People will start laughing. I won't even know that pen has been sexualized to mean something else. Yeah. You just say, drop that pen. The kind of laughter it will generate in the class. You'll be taken aback and say, what is wrong with saying drop that pen? You would not have added sexual undertone to it. I know why I'm saying this. It happened that the idea of the pen was that the young man in question, they said that his private part is very small, and they call it pen. And he became known in the class. If you mention pen, the everybody will start laughing. And people will be pointing at him. You don't know why they are pointing at him. Don't do this kind of thing. There is a language that should be beneath your class, beneath your status, beneath your integrity, beneath your dignity. So many of you may not use the street language, the pedestrian language that is obscene and awful. You may even use common language, common things we are at home with, but you have gone to sexualize it and give it sexual innuendos. How on earth would I know that open net means not being a virgin? How on earth will I know that this one has scored means sleeping with somebody? So, there are some of these languages existing in your different cliques. Every class has got his or her own. Every class has got their own. Please, I want to warn you. Cease using such languages. You will not know where you will find yourself tomorrow. You will not know. And be careful about things you do today. It can catch up with you tomorrow. There was a beautiful young lady whose picture has been all over social media. A young lady who was called to bar. Was it last year or thereabout? A very beautiful young girl who was called to bar. Unknown to the world that before she went to law school, she has been dressing like a stripper. Many of her nude pictures where she was clad half naked, where she was smoking, is it chacha or whatever, smoke all over her face. All these things all the receipts were kept for him on social media. And she went to university, studied law for 5 years. After spending 5 years in university, she went to law school and spent another 1 year in the law school. 6 years. and she was called to bar. All of a sudden, all the pictures, all the things she did before she became a lawyer were flooded on social media. And the Nigerian Bar Association suspended her from practicing. They took her license. 6 years of somebody's life just like that. We say these things, it doesn't touch you until it happens to you. I'm too old to deceive you. What will I gain? I tell you this because I believe it will be of help to you Sunday. Be careful. Don't be careless with words. Don't be flippant. Don't use street language. Don't use pedestrian language. If you want to add drama, we know we are acting drama. We can come on stage and you mimic a particular character. But it ends there. But not when every night you just, or you see some people, somebody is going, you meet come out. You see somebody now, he's walking on his way. You're just approaching him. The next thing you do like this. As if you are trying to grab his manhood. Don't do that. Don't do that. Listen. Many of you are fond of this. Somebody walking on his way. You don't know what else to do again. The next thing just, and the person will do like this, and you laugh. You are laughing away your opportunities tomorrow. Because these things will reflect poorly on you. Because tomorrow, somebody will look at you and say, this one, forget about him. This one is already a lost cause. Please, I want to see more becoming attitude and conduct from you in the coming days. And I've said it, go and ask those in the hostel. Anybody I will get making use of foul languages in this school, you will have me to contend with. And I'm making it general now. If anybody uses that on you, please, you have moral obligation to report that person. In fact, if you don't report, it has become a confessional issue for you. So anybody you get using foul languages, you have to report that person. Because that is even the first place to begin to rate you as a person. As in a just man's mouth does what? Uttereth wisdom. A just man's mouth uttereth wisdom. So the things you say can reflect whether you are wise or whether you are stupid. If you are not wise, it means you are stupid. So if you're among those who are using street and pedestrian language, you are just announcing you are stupid and tell the world, come and see me, I'm stupid. Come and see me, I'm stupid. And that stupid person you are looking at, and you are moving with shoulders high and chest out, claiming stupidity with every amount of boldness. Eh? Don't do this to yourself. Don't do this to yourself. Imagine boldly telling the world, I'm stupid, come and see me. That's my identity. But that is what that language is saying about you. That's what it says about you. So my beloved student, I want to plead with you. Mind the kind of language you use.